What's up, guys? How you guys doing? How's everybody's weekend going? So, as always, looks of the store and all that. Not gonna stay on crazy late tonight. We are gonna review some figures though, so stick around for that. I have a bunch of figures that I need to get reviews done for tonight, so that'll be like the main concentration of the stream. But I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time up front in case anybody wants to grab anything. It's 12:12 now, so by like 1 a.m. I'll probably be doing reviews, and then it'll probably be like reviews from like 1 to, I mean, whenever it ends, hopefully before 2, but maybe closer to 3. But yeah, so we'll hang out for a little bit right now, at least for a half an hour of just if anybody wants to grab anything, throw it in the chat and let me know. As always, the store has a bunch of stuff listed. We have a room full of dope figures available for people, a lot of variety and all that. Look through the store. Feel free to make me an offer on anything you see. Try to build a bundle. If you guys want to see 3 3/4 inch stuff, I can pull that stuff out as well for now. And then in a little bit, we'll start reviewing some figures. So if you want to stick around and just have a little experience checking out figures, a little extra entertainment tonight, we can do that for sure. But if you guys see anything you're interested in, shout it out for now. I'll just be hanging out, getting us ready for reviews and all that. If it's completely dead, then I'll probably start reviews by 12:30, but I'll give you guys a decent amount of time to grab stuff if you want. The newest things here are the Bastilishan over there. I did a restock on the droid and the battle droid and Clone Trooper 2-pack. Everything that is listed, all the prices are negotiable. This is just my initial prices for things, and then we always haggle from there. So normally when somebody asks for something, I immediately run it lower than what we have it listed for. Or if people want to do a bundle deal, they can do a bundle deal on something. So that's totally fine. I don't take any offense to people disliking prices or making me offers. I'm totally fine with people making me offers on stuff. Nothing is ever set in stone here. So this is just what we have things listed at. That's it. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? What's going on, bud? I bet you did. I miss you too, but I was just too lazy the last 2 days to stream. I was like, all right, we'll do it on Saturday. I'm gonna start doing some reviews tonight. I probably won't get through your entire pile, but definitely gonna get through a lot of that stuff so I can get some shipments out to you for sure. Oh, I have those band members as well. I don't know if you're interested in those. And we got to figure out which stormtrooper you want. You need the piano for Max Rebo? All right, so I got a Max Revo here. Do you want do I have a Joe Yowza? That's what I'm confused about. You need her too, right? Size noodles. All right. Joe Yowza. I don't know if I mean, listen, everything is for sale, but I don't know if you need Joe Yowza. I don't know if I need Joe Yowza, but if you only want to do like a couple, that's totally cool. Yeah, this is Joe Yowza. I'll go through each of them. There's this guy, which I need him, so if you don't need him, then it's no big deal. I'll probably just hold on to him for now. And if you decide to grab him in the future, that's cool, or whatever. If I decide to grab another one, Joe Yowza, I don't see one on my shelf, so not really in a rush to sell this one. But if you want it, it's available. And then we got the Rhodian guy that comes with a flute, and then obviously we all have a bunch of these guys. So if you want to just do the other two for now, I'll figure it out. The price. Only missing Max, Psy, and the Rhodian chick. Okay, so we'll include the Rhodian then. And I have the flute. Alright, so these three. This chick. This is a Rhodian. I have the flute. She was one of the dancers, I think. Let me look at my dancers. This is the dancer. This is from my personals, though. This one. That one, let's hold off on, just because this is from my personal. So I got to see if I can get myself another one. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for her then. All right, so Max. Sorry. The Max and size noodles. Yeah, that's why I bought this lot, because I knew that you needed guys. All right. And then the other decision we need to make is the stormtrooper that you wanted. There are a couple things this week that we needed to figure out. So there were two stormtroopers that we were talking about. There was the TVC one, and there was the 30th anniversary one. So you're leaning towards the TVC one, right? Put the TVC one on the table. Leave out the 30th. And then, did you buy the protocol droid? I don't remember if we did the transaction for this one yet. I think we were holding off on this, right? Or did I run it for you already? Did I run it for you already? Because I know you built something the other day. Let me look at your listings. Orders. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. Is this somebody else that bought a Green Ranger that I don't have? Good. Yeah, no. Okay, so then we would need to do this one if you still want this one. I mean, I'll price all this stuff out for you. I'll DM you, and then we'll figure out everything. The only other question I would have is I know that you were eyeballing the Mace set. You were eyeballing these sets as well. Totally fine if you're not ready for that and you want to hold off on them. But I just want to know if you want to do anything about them tonight. But I'll send you the prices of everything else. Okay, no problem. All right, let me price these other ones. Point you guys this way for now. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just pricing some stuff out. I'll just say 65 for these two. TC 14, TC 14 is Remember that it's 231. this is all your information, Avi. I sent you your information. I'm gonna put the stormtrooper. You're gonna keep sealed, right? Then I'm gonna put it in a figure shield when I ship it. All right, you have. Okay, we're good to go with that. All right, good. And that's all. All right. Those are good to go. These are good. These are good. And then I have one more question because I wasn't sure. This shore trooper. Was this just something that we put to the side, or was this purchased? Because I think that I just put it to the side because you were interested in it. I don't know if we actually ran it. Let me know if you saw that. Don't think. All right, then let's just. I'll just hold it, and then if we decide we want it next week, we can do it next week, and I'll put it next to the trade guy. And then I just want to talk about what we're going to review tonight. I know we have like so many checks and balances tonight. All right, I'm going to point you guys back at Star Wars stuff. If anybody has any specific requests, let me know. I have to get some other lots figured out for people. There's over 500 items listed in the store, so look to the store. Let me know what you guys are interested in. We're gonna do some reviews soon, so I'm just transitioning to that, probably closer to 1 a.m. But if anybody wants to grab anything before that happens, there's a bunch of stuff listed in the store. There's a bunch of stuff in front of you guys, so just let me know. Yeah, Avi, don't worry about it. I just want to make sure that we're giving you what you want now, and then I'll hold stuff for later. I'm sure. Trust me, I'm not worried about it. I also wanted to make sure if I was supposed to send this to you or not. All right. So that I'll put to the side. I'll put the trade guide to the side. We'll hold off on those. The Stormtrooper we're not opening, so I can put that to the side. All right, and then let's figure out what we wanna get out today. So that leaves me with our review options for tonight are the HMS. We're definitely doing the HMS. Awesome, Avi. That's great, dude. Congratulations. We're definitely doing the HMS, and I'll definitely do Airborne. And then you're getting the Hydro Man from the Daredevil set, so I'll probably just review both of these guys. How much for that Galaxy's Edge guy exclusive for? Oh, Doc Ondar? Is that what you need? Sorry, I don't mean to ignore you. I'm just trying to finish off somebody's pile for them. Doc Ondar is right here. Let me pull up the listing for you, and I'm going to run it cheaper than what we have it listed for. This is Doc Ondar. All right, this was our original listing. I'm going to run that cheaper, though. I'm going to drop this $20, and I'm going to run them for $80. If this price does not work for you, feel free to make me an offer. But here's a 45-second clock on Doc Ondar. This is $20 less than our original asking price. Adi, feel free to make me an offer, though. It's totally fine. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. That's not bad. I can get through these. So we're gonna review 6 figures tonight after we do some sales. So stick around for that, guys. But we're running this Doc Ondar for somebody right now. But did he say anything? Adi, let me know if you want to make an offer on that. If anybody else has any other specific requests, let me know. Boop, boop. I'm back here. So here. I did not. I mean, I certainly had the opportunity to, but I just didn't end up doing it. You would have one by now if I brought one home with you. You said that we would have had trouble on the way on the flight, though, right? I think that's why I didn't do it. Where they took yours away during the flight, they like made you pour it out or something. They confiscated it, yeah. I think that's why I didn't end up doing it. All right, well, there's 11 people in here right now. We have a ton of figures available, guys. So look through the store. Let me know if anything catches your eye. Vinny from Jersey Shore. You probably guess yours, Vinny. Yeah, this is the Saturday night crew, huh? Very spicy, very spicy. There's more Star Wars stuff over here. If you guys want to look at any of that stuff. Okay, Vinny, good job. And then we got various miscellaneous stuff over here, mostly NECA, a lot of TMNT. We got some miscellaneous stuff up top. Over here is Marvel. So there's Marvel carded down here. And a bunch of X-Men stuff. Wolverine 50th anniversary figures, stuff like that. And then there's G.I. Joe stuff over here. You know, there's a ninja. You guys should just go watch the Ninja Turtle porn instead of this. It exists. Clearly, that's what you guys are interested in. All right. Thanks for the compliments, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, it really sounds like you are. You're as straight as the real Vinny on Jersey Shore. All right, so once again, guys, there's over 500 items available. So if anybody has any requests, go ahead and look through the store and let me know. Most of the stuff is in the buy now section. You can sort by newest. And then eventually we're going to slide over to the review table and review. We have 6 figures we're going to review tonight. We're going to unbox and review 6 different figures, so that'll be fun for everybody. It will be archived on YouTube, so you guys can check out the YouTube as well. Like barely paying attention. So. I wonder where Sith is. Trying to figure out how many of you guys are trolls. All right, here's another sweep of the room for everybody. Tons of awesome Star Wars figures, ships, different stuff available. And then here's regular Star Wars stuff, a lot of 6-inch stuff, a lot of 6-inch action figures available for you guys. I know you guys are real big fans of that. And then a lot of the turtle stuff is 7-inch. So if you guys are into 7-inch Just a rock hard 7 inches for any of you morons in the chat. And then here's Marvel Legends. RC is legitimately asking for Ray because he comes in and asks for Ray every couple of weeks. Unfortunately, we don't have any Rays in stock. Sorry, RC. If I do get one in, I'll definitely show it. Yeah, my bad. If there's specific ones that you're after, shoot me a DM and let me know, and I'll keep an eye out for them. The one that I do have, I just don't have it here. Is I have the Jedi training. That was the 2-pack. It was like a con exclusive. It comes with Old Man Luke and it comes with Jedi training Rey in the gray outfit. If you need that 2-pack, let me know and I'll work it into a future stream. If you know which one I'm talking about, you do need it. Okay, so this is what I'll do. I'm gonna DM you the name of that one. Rey 2-pack. Just so I remember to follow up about it, and then we can figure it out. Because I have it like stored at my parents' house, but I'll pull one for you. What up, Oilfield? How you doing? All right, it's 12:43. We have a bunch of reviews we have to get to, so I'll let you guys chill a little bit longer on the inventory. If I'm reviewing stuff in between reviews, I can walk away and sell people stuff. That's totally fine. Sith, you missed it. There was a lot of trolls here. I'm going to modify you as well, just in case it happens again. How much on Ayla Sakura? Sakura. Let's see. Do we still have her listed? No. Ayla, I'm going to say 35. But if there's anything else you're interested in, we always do better deals on multiples. Let me know, RC, if 35 works for you. I'll run it if you want to grab it. No problem if you don't want to. Here is a 30-second, $35 auction, and this is for Ayla Sakura that is running right there. Let me check her quick. I think that she's... That would only be getting retail for that 1 second. How about 32? Does 32 work? I'm going to run her at 32. You can grab her at 32 if you want. Just a couple bucks. Just a couple extra bucks. All right, this is her running at 32. Thank you, RC. Appreciate it. Appreciate you working with me on that. Just to cover a little bit of the fees. If you decide you want anything else, I will give you a discount off the next item as well. So keep that in mind. There's a Hera over there too. If you're just grabbing them Twi'lek biatches. Yeah, no, that's all good. I appreciate you working with me. I'll show you guys the top row first after this run. Thank you, RC. So this is the top row as well. There's a few more like random aliens and bounty hunters and stuff up there in case you guys missed any of it. I think it's over now. They kind of left, but I just figured as a precaution in case I'm not, because I know I'm going to be doing the reviews tonight. So if they come back in and they're annoying everybody, I'm not really going to be paying attention to chat as much. So All right, this is yours. It's going on the sold pile. Reba style spinoff show. Reba. Everybody loves Reba. Okay, Seth. Yeah, do that. Any 3 3/4 inch Clone Wars. We definitely have battle droids. This is Revenge of the Sith here, but it is a clone. Oh, good. And then there's this loose guy. I have this clone. I have this battle droid here. You need a battle droid. Those guys are all 3 3/4 inch. We probably still have an Ahsoka clone if you need an Ahsoka clone. GK, let me know if anything catches your eye. Let me grab the box that has the Ahsoka clone. We have Clone Wars brand. We have Cartoon Network figures as well. Is that what you want to see, GK? You want to see the Cartoon Network Clone Wars ones? Like that style? Like the animated style? We do have 30th stuff, yes. Let me grab some 3 3/4 inch and I'll go through some of that stuff for you guys. All right, just give me a minute. All right, so this is a miscellaneous bin, but we'll get to some of people's requests while we're going through it. So this is a 30th anniversary Darth Maul. If you see something you're interested in, just shout it out, okay? This is the Shadows of the Empire set. No, RC, I do not. Somebody asked about Clone Wars. Here's a Yoda, animated Clone Wars Yoda. Here's a transmission holocom Emp. I do not have any comic packs. Sorry, G. I wish I did. Then again, if I had them, they probably would have sold by now because they're awesome sets. Here's a 212 Clone Wars animated. Here's a 501st Clone Wars animated. Those are the 3 Cartoon Network figures that I have. I also have a 30th Boba Fett silver coin. '30th Fans Choice Sand Trooper. I'll show the rest of this bin. Kind of random stuff. Here's a Yoda. This is a trilogy Yoda. Expanded Universe Space Trooper. 30th Gold Coin Fan's Choice Dark Trooper. Here's another version of a Sand Trooper. This is a Saga Sand Trooper. Here's a ESB Lando. Trilogy Lando. Here's a Saga AT-AT Driver. Here's the 30th Biker Scout. It does look like the Fallout armor. I love that little Dark Trooper guy. He's really cool. Alright. Did any of that catch anybody's eye? If not, I will switch to another bin. Let me know if you guys want me to keep anything from that bin at least out and like in a pile for you guys. Alright, I'm gonna switch to another bin. Yeah, I don't have the airborne. I do have this Galactic Hunt R2-D2. Here's another look at a battle droid, in case anybody needs a battle droid. We have at least 2 available. If you're looking for Attack of the Clones, we do not have Ventress. Here's a Count Dooku, Attack of the Clones, if anybody needs Dooku. Here's another option on a clone, Arc Commander Blitz. And we also have Lambent Seeker. There's some clone options for people. If there's any other specific requests, let me know, guys. There's an Expanded Universe Speeder Bike here as well, if anybody needs that. All right, it's 12:56. At 1 a.m., we're going to transition into reviewing some figures because we got to review some stuff before we send it out. So if anybody has any requests, let me know. Throw it in the chat. Once I start reviews, I can do requests in between figures. because I can always edit everything together. So take another look. Let me know if there's anything you guys want before we transition to reviews. Otherwise, I can do requests in between figures. I can't. I will pass out, Avi. I literally can't. It's too hot in here, and it's just not. It's not enough. I will do. Maybe I'll do a section where I re-review the Stormtrooper helmet if we have enough time. But I really want to get through the figures because they've been here too long, and those shipments got to go out. I should have been doing them earlier in the week, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, definitely do that. There's just not enough airflow in this room. Like I have the fan going, but there's not enough airflow in this room for it. It's totally COVID safe. All right. All right, let's get a review going. Like I said, if people want stuff, you can throw it in the chat while I'm doing the reviews, and then I will circle back for them. Let's get ourselves all set up over here. Wait, Avi, now I'm wondering. Fuck. Hold on, I need to go to our DMs. We did the helmet. Ewing HMS. Helmet. Helmet is good. Alright, I know that this, and this are paid for. But did we ever do the Grogu and the Huyang? TVC Grogu, Stormtrooper helmet, HMS Airborne. More recently, Max Rebo Psi, TVC Storm Event. Okay, so we definitely paid for the Grogu. Right. Yeah, Michael, throw whatever you want in the chat. Just let me know, and I'll let you know if we potentially have it. You can also check the store because there's over 500 items listed. Did we ever do anything with Hu Yang though? Because I have a Black Series Hu Yang in your pile as well. All right. Well, I'll review everything I have here, and then if we think something's missing, then we'll just fix it later. But I'll go with these 6. I have Black Series Hu Yang, TVC Grogu, TVC Jango Fett, HMS Airborne, and then I have the Hydro Man and Daredevil 2-pack. You are taking the Hydro Man, and then I'm just going to review the Daredevil since we're opening the set anyway. And if there's any questions, I'll follow up when I'm doing shipping. So Shakti, they never did her in 6-inch. We don't have any Shakti 3 3/4 inch in stock at the moment, Mike. But if there's a specific one that you're after, or if you want to shoot me a DM just in general to remind me that you're looking for a Shakti, I will keep an eye out for one for you. They might have done. Did they do an Unleashed version? Maybe. Yeah, just shoot me a DM and remind me. All right, so let's do these 2 TVCs first. Yeah, I had a feeling they did a dope version of her. Those figures are so cool. I just never invested in them. I mean, they're really more statues than anything else, but that was a cool line. All right, let's get started on these reviews so we can keep moving here. Nothing is pinned, right? Pin on pin. What's going on? Hutheads, is Joe the Hut from Joba's Palace. Whoa, here with another What's in the Box unboxing / review video. We have 6 figures, to get through tonight, so I'm going to move fairly quickly through them. But we'll take a look at them and see what's going on with them. A lot of cool options for sure. Just to remind everybody, this is Joba the Hut from Joba's Palace. Give us a follow at Joba's Palace on all your socials. That includes YouTube, where this video will be archived, Instagram, X, TikTok, all those places. We're currently live on Whatnot and cross streaming to Twitch and YouTube. So if you have not been on Whatnot before, come check us out. We have over 500 items available. So if you're looking for action figures, we definitely have a ton of items available for you guys. All right, let's get right into it. No time to waste here. We're going to first do a couple vintage collection figures, 3 3/4 inch line. And the first one that we're going to take a look at is Grogu. So this is the most recent 3 3/4 inch Grogu. It has his little chainmail that they made at a Beskar. It's got his tram, all that stuff. So we'll take a look at that. Get this open. All right, there he is. Let's get him out of here. Take a look at the different pieces of the tram and our little Grogu buddy. This has a little stand here. Just be careful when you're taking it out that you don't break it. Seems like the type of thing that could snap. I just like to push everything from behind. Get him out of there. He's very small, so be careful. All right. So here's the tram. Pretty cool detailing on the inside. It has like all the cushioning and all that for him, for our little buddy. Okay, and then there's like a little visor piece here. How does this work? Interesting. Of when I'm always initially confused about everything with these figures. Oh, we can put this piece here, probably? No, not really. It's swappable with the back piece. Oh, okay. So that's like the fully open version, and then there's a fully closed version. Very nice. Thank you for updating me on that. This way. Okay, so you pop that out, and then there's the grooves. So there's the fully open version of the tram. And then it has the fully closed version, which is just a capsule right there. So that's a smart way to do it, because you're never gonna have them like all lined up. All right, so we'll go with the fully open version for now. Here is his little Beskar chainmail piece. So you can see it has the chainmail patterning on it, which is cool. The back also has that, so they didn't just like do like flat on one side or whatever. It's a little bit bendy. It's not like a hard plastic. It's a bendy plastic, so you can maneuver it a little bit. The only thing about this though is that like you can't really put it on him at all. It's just like he has it. It's like a Starbucks cake pop. That's exactly what it is. And then here is our buddy Grogu, looking nice and cute. So quick articulation. He can look left and right. He doesn't really have much going on. He's just like a slight up and down, but I don't think it would really hold that pose. These arms twist. There's a little joint there. You can't really do much with them. Let's see. I guess you could twist it. Let me do it off screen for a second. I'm not really seeing a ton of articulation here, so I think he's kind of just going to chill in his pose like that. Let's put him in the tram. So you could go with a little standing in the tram look, which is probably how you're going to display him. You could do a little lay down look like that. So there's him like laying down inside of it. So yeah, not much to speak of for articulation. He's kind of like one solid piece, and then you can articulate the head. Nice sculpt. I like the little robe he's got going on here. The fact that it has the wrinkling on it looks realistic. The collar looks good. All that stuff. The paint job is pretty nice, and all that. Yeah. So this is probably like the best tram we've gotten. I like the details on the tram. Like I said, it's got the cushioning in there and all that. So not like a crazy amount to review here, but a good Grogu if you just want a just standing Grogu in his tram, hanging out, doing his thing. So yeah, don't need to spend an insane amount of time on that. Decent Grogu for your collection, if you still need one. All right, I think we're safe to move on to the next figure. This is an exciting one. All right, we're going to spend a little bit more time on this than we did on the Grogu. So, vintage collection, much anticipated. We've needed a new 3 3/4 inch version of this figure for a long time. It is a Mandalorian, but not the one that we're thinking of, since we just did Grogu. It is Attack of the Clones Jango Fett. So this will be fun, because he's got some cool stuff going on with them. So I'm excited to open this. We do still have one Grogu and one Jango Fett in stock. If anybody needs them, it's in the chat. Just let me know, and I'll hook you guys up in between reviews. Okay, so the way that this is coming out is there's 3 separate things in here. There's this bag of accessories. There's the little paper that you don't need. And then there's him on the cardboard. All right, so let's get him off of this cardboard first. And we'll take a look at him quick, and then we'll start diving into the accessories. So pretty good Tamura Morrison likeness. Looking good over here. I like the color here. It has the nice dark blue to him. It's almost purplish, but it is blue. He's got the silver armor, which always looked so cool. He's got his gauntlets over here. Clearly, that's where you're going to plug in your flame effect. Here's the back. He's got some buckles on his back. He's going to have the jetpack. Belt over here. Cool looking belt. Extra holsters on the legs, which is nice. Some knee pads. Cool knee pads. Look at the boots. Decent looking boots here for 3 3/4 inch. He's got a lot of different the shoulder pads. Oh yeah, it has the flip up shoulder pads, so that they're nice and this is all bendy plastic up here. We'll cover that a little bit more when we do the articulation. I do want to look at some of the accessories before we dive into that. Just put him down for now. All right, here's your big bag of accessories. So we have the helmet. Darth helmet here. There it is. It's got the line across the top. There. Nice visor work, not really seeing a lot of paint missing on that visor. Sometimes you'll run into that issue with Mandalorians. Overall, the blue is really popping. The silver looks good and metallic. His scope can go articulate up and down, so you can do that function with him. Here's the back. A little extra detailing there. I'll quickly do a little review of the head as far as popping this on. So it is going to be tight on. Oh, no, it's head swap. Oh, it's head swap. Sorry, guys. Head swap. So this is the ideal version of this, where we're doing head swapping instead of doing the helmet over, because the helmet looked very oversized in the Sabine. So we'll do the head swap quick for you guys. So it pops right on. And that just looks so much better than doing the like helmet that has to fit over the head sculpt. Like it's just appropriately sized. So I like that. That looks really good. I prefer this method for sure. Here's the backpack. Nice detailing on the backpack. A lot of different colors popping here. We got two different types of blues. We got that shiny silver that we've been seeing all over the figure. Everything seems to match, which is really nice. Here's the peg for it. Peg it right onto his back. Very nice. This is cool. I might just open my extra one of these and get it on display already. That's very nice. I like that. As far as effects go, we have some blast effects for like shooting. Oh no, this is for probably for the jetpack. Should be able to peg these into the jetpack down here. Ooh, not too easy. Hold on, let's get them in there. I want you guys to see this. So the jetpacks do have peg holes, and then we're pegging these right in. But you got to get it over that like ridge on the effect. There's like an extra little. Sorry, let me just show you up close. See how there's an extra ridge here on the effect? You got to get it through that part. And then it'll be solid. The plastic in that area is soft plastic, so it will move around a little bit, but that'll help you maneuver it in. And then there you go. You got your blast effects on your Django fit. That's cool. That looks good. And let's see. Are those going to come out easily? Let's smack them around a little bit. Not coming out too easily. They seem to be pegged in pretty solid there now. So that's good. I like that. Nice execution on that. Our next flame effect is going to be our wrist flame effect, which will peg into his left wrist. Just kind of shimmy it in there. Maybe go with like one of those, like turn that this way to get it going. There you go. Now we're definitely gonna have some. This is a loose plastic, so we're gonna get some droopiness going on there. Eventually, but it is cool. It is a cool effect. It is a well executed effect. And then we got his blasters. So here I'll show you one of his blasters. They're both the same. I do not have a Attack of the Clones Anakin in stock at the moment. There we go. There's a good look at the blaster from the side. Not a crazy amount of detailing. Very basic plastic. They didn't really put any extra paint on it. The sculpt is decent. You can holster it right here. This peg's right in there. Nothing too crazy. I guess what I would do is I would holster the other side while I have the flame effect going. Sorry, I'm stuck on his little tube here. And get that into his hand there. So good little combo there. All right, quick overview of articulation. Head can move up a little bit, not too much, down a little bit, not crazy, enough that you can probably, well, you got this extra, his waist is a little loose. Oh no, there's a little extra. Yeah, so you can go down a decent amount there. So that'll, if you're doing like your flying around type deal, you'll be okay. The shoulder pads is what we were highlighting earlier. You really can get a lot of articulation out of these shoulders because this is a nice thin plastic here, and it doesn't look bad. Like Avi was saying in the chat that he likes the way that they designed it. It doesn't look like, since this is one solid piece, it doesn't like flap away too much. It looks kind of the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? So there you go. You're up, you're down. Obviously, you got your elbow here. You can rotate here. And then you got your wrists. Your wrist has that little jerky motion there for you. I like what they did with the waist. It is a little loose, but it's not really like, it is holding the individual pose spots. So I like it. And he's got a nice rotation here. So you're going to be able to do like your different flying type of deals with it. Definitely well executed there for sure. What else? Here's your splits. Not hindered too much by the holsters. You got an upper rotation here, which you can get through the holster on that too, which is good. Here's your knee. You can go a decent amount back on the knee. Little kick forward there. It does angle off with the holster a little bit. Okay, not really too much kickback. Whatever, that's okay. We did the knee, and then you got your ankles. So a lot of the articulation that we expect to see in Vintage Collection, but us having the clearance on the shoulders is very nice. The waist rotation is a really good. I like that a lot. And it's just going to help us get to the types of poses that we want with a Django Fett. So I'm digging this one. This is really probably one of my favorite TVC figures that we've reviewed in a while, for sure. Might have to open up a personal one of these. Now let's see. With all this stuff on him, can we get him in a decent standing pose? That's my question. Now I don't like the bottom surface that we have here, but that's okay. See if we can get him anyway. Get his knees lined up correctly. There you go. Right there. So there you go. Even with the kind of weird like game mat surface I have here, he's still standing. And I'm shaking the table, he's not moving, so still decent. I will put him back here and lean him a little bit so he doesn't fall for the rest of the review. So definitely really like that Django Fett. And then if we want to do a quick comparison, because he's going to be the same size as like a Mando would be, there is Django and Grogu together. So you can see the scale for those two. That's a good comparison for you. All right, loving that Django. It's going to take a lot for that to not be the figure of the night for sure. But very impressive. I'm happy with this one for sure. That's what a deluxe figure should be. Now, we can still make the argument of, is this worth a deluxe price for the things that you're getting? You're getting a decent amount of accessories and all that stuff, but it's always going to be an argument for the vintage collection stuff. Whether this is worth like the initial $28 retail plus whatever people are paying on the aftermarket right now, because I know this is hard to get right now. So, but definitely a cool figure. Very happy with it. Looks good for sure. All right, for the next one, we're gonna stay in the Star Wars realm, but we're gonna go up a tier here, and we're gonna go with Black Series Huyang. So take a look at him quick. Now we did do the vintage collection one a couple weeks ago, so you kind of remember how that one worked out. If you want to check it out, it will be on our YouTube. I will upload that video soon. I have to catch up on uploading some of these videos we're a little bit behind. But you can always just go to some of our like past live streams and they'll be on there. All right, let's get all the accessories out of here. Okay. All right. So here's Hu Yang. This is Black Series Hu Yang right here. He has a glossy finish to him. I do wish it looked a little bit more metallic. I think that's why they went with the glossy finish, but it still looks decent. Face sculpt is good. Nailed the face sculpt for sure. Looks good. When you hit it with that light, you get that extra little bit of sheen of metallic gold on his eyes. He's got his little visor thing here. It would be nice if this flipped down. That could be a nice little feature that they gave us, maybe. Here's the back of the head. Then we'll get to the torso. So decent detailing here. He's got a lot of like wires and stuff that you would expect from a droid. It does go all the way around his waist, which is cool. Here's the arms. Decent detailing here. More circuitry, stuff like that. Pretty cool. Little like hinge joints here look cool. And then he's got the nice little apron here, we'll call it, where he keeps all of his little tools and stuff. Not really seeing a lot of places to holster the accessory he comes with, which is interesting. If we look under here, we'll see a little droid dick. I think this is the K2SO bottom part of the body. At least it looks like it's the upper legs at least. And then there's the knees and the feet. There's the bottom of the feet. Here's the back of the legs. Nice, shiny silver to the back of the legs right there. And the circuitry back here, you can see is like Achilles and all that stuff, which is cool. I almost would like to have a little bit more of this, because this is some of the nicest paint on this figure, and it's on the back right there. I would like to see that like in more places, maybe. But if it's his design, it's his design. It is what it is. All right, accessories. Here's his backpack. It has his little extra arms. So let's see, we can articulate these arms like that. So it's got the extra arm articulation going on. This I think was this the training saber? I feel like we got this mixed up in the last review too. Or just like a hilt. I don't remember what it was. Here's his data pad. And there is, I mean, I'm going to call it a training saber or just a hilt, something to build a lightsaber off of, I guess. I don't know. I might be getting that mixed up with something else, but it is what it is. All right, quick articulation check. Here's your look up. Really good look up. He has an extra neck joint here to go along with his head. So there's a little bit of extra articulation there, which is nice. Here's the shoulder out. You can't really go too far with that. Back down, up and down. Here's the elbow. It can pretty much go like wherever it needs to go. It does get stopped at the bicep right there. The wrist does have a up and down hinge and a swirling hinge there. The waist, there's nothing. This is one solid piece, his chest here with all the circuitry and everything. So you can pretty much just do the waist. You have a rotation at the waist, all that stuff. The splits very well. I mean, I guess you need to stretch these a little bit. And let's see if we can get that right leg out. He's definitely being hindered by something here, though. His legs just seem to kind of just get caught up like on themselves here. There's not too much option for articulation as far as the splits go on this one. But I mean, Hu Yang's not really out there doing splits. Here's the knee back. The knee forward does get stopped by this little piece right here. There's not really too much rotation on that upper thigh. Nothing in the shin, and then there's your legs and ankle. I mean, listen, it's a droid that isn't really doing too much dynamic stuff. So we're not expecting a crazy amount of articulation there. There are grooves to pop this backpack in. So you see there's like line up right there. Push that in. The arms can go over his shoulders, which is nice. So that's decent right there. And then obviously behind him, they can fold up and do whatever they need to do back there. So you're getting 1, 2, 3 separate pieces of articulation on these little backpack arms, which is cool. Data pad. I would like to put it in one hand. Let's see. Like that. Data pad can slide right into his hand. You can move it up and down. It's not going anywhere, which is good. Here's the little training saber that he can just hold. So he can hold all of accessories. He can't holster his accessories, but he can hold them. So decent. I mean, the sculpt here is pretty good. The paint, I'm left a little wanting with the paint as far as really this main color here. It has the sheen to it, but I feel like it could look a little bit more metallic. But overall, decent stuff here. So there's Hu Yang. Get him in some type of standing pose. There he is. You know what I'm gonna do in between these? I'm gonna take this out of here. So this is not helping anybody. Now can we get Hu Yang going? He doesn't have the best weight distribution, I will say that, now that I have like a solid surface on him. Because now I'll tell you this right here. I can get Django stand-in pretty easily on his own. Not really a problem there. Obviously, the Grogu is fine because he has his little tramp. See, that's already drooping, though, that flame effect. So that would be the main thing that I complain about with that Django. Back to Hu Yang. As far as Hu Yang, can I get him in a nice pose that he'll actually hold and stand on? He just doesn't have... He's a little top heavy. His legs are not the best at supporting him. Maybe I need to flip these little arms back. Get some of that weight going the other direction. He wants to fall forward, though. Try putting his arms down. He really wants to fall forward. All right. That's fine. We'll call Hu Yang a failed experiment on that one. Can't spend our whole night on trying to get Hu Yang to balance. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to transition into the world of Marvel. This is a really cool 2-pack. One of these figures is sold. The other one is still available, but I am going to review them both since we're opening it. This is the Marvel VHS Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Hydro Man 2-pack. And we should have another one of these available if anybody is interested. I think we should have one. And the Daredevil is for sale. But we're going to review them both. They hit a lot of accessory bags in here, so just be careful when you're opening this one, guys. Okay. All right. So you have your 2 figures and their mummified bags, and then you have 1 bag of accessories, 2 bags of accessories, 3 bags of accessories. I believe these are all for Hydro Man. And then you have another bag for Daredevil, and then loose is Daredevil's whip. So just keep an eye out for all that stuff when you're opening this, because you can probably easily lose some stuff. So we'll start with Hydro Man. And here he is, translucent looking Hydro Man. Very cool. There's a better look at the face sculpt right there. Nice looking face sculpt. I feel like you're getting a lot of personality out of that, even though it's translucent. Adding the little bit of white swoosh to his hair is nice. Kind of breaks things up a little bit. The torso, I would say the torso might be the weakest part, just because the fact that you can see like this casting here is not the best, but I feel like once you get some accessories on them and all that stuff, it won't look too bad. Here's the arms, nice translucent arms there. That looks good. It does have pins in the arms, pins in the legs. There's the translucent legs, but it does look cool though. It is a cool effect for sure. There he is. Standing solidly, please. There we go. All right. All right, let's get some accessories out here. So here's a leg accessory, so that'll help him stand. I guess there's 2 of these. Yeah, so you can put a water accessory on each leg. You can kind of tell by the groove which leg is which. There you go. Pops in right there, just like that. The other one. I wonder if those are supposed to go on opposite sides. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's definitely it. So there he is with the leg effects, or the feet effects. Should be another one here, other option here for effects. Oh, he has alternate hands. So he's got an open hand, and he's got an extra fisted hand. So you could basically switch if you want to have 2 open hands, or switch how these are set up, or 2 fisted hands, all that stuff. That's clearly Daredevil. Just check the Daredevil accessories and make sure there's nothing missing for Hydro Man. No, these are all Daredevil. Okay. So that's basically what you're getting with Hydro Man. I think that I want 2 open hands. Like he's like swirling water, like he's getting ready to like swirl some water. Here, like that. Now I guess there's not an extra like throwing water type of deal here. I guess they just did the legs. But there he is, looking cool. All right, we'll do a quick round of articulation here. He has a nice look up. Not too much on the look down. This neck piece is not really doing anything. It's pretty much one solid piece there. Here's your shoulders. Shoulder not going up too much, but decent enough. It has a little nice, like satisfying click to it. It's like almost rivety there. You have your bicep swivel. Your elbows, you do have double jointed elbows here, which is nice. These articulate nice and smooth, but they're not like too rubbery where it feels like they're going to bend too much or break. There's a wrist there, so you can get a little wrist action going on that. Just be careful with that. Yeah, so obviously the other side is going to be the same. He has big waist up and down here, so you can, if you're coming down from the top, you can do good posing. You can lean back a decent amount. Here's the waist over there. Splits are okay, not crazy. Upper thigh. Here's your knees. Nice kick back on the knees. We don't need to do the ankles. I don't really want to take these things off, but we can get them a nice wide pose now so that these look better. That looks much better in a nice wide pose like that. So that's the way that I want him. I want him to look menacing, like he just kidnapped Mary Jane and is squirting water at everybody. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, I like the look of this. I do like the random white accents that we have here. It definitely looks like it's more of like a swirling water effect to it. These are really cool. Once you have him in a wider stance, he'll hold the pose a little bit better. For sure. I could have used some upper effects maybe to make it look like he's like throwing water at people, like I said. But overall, yeah, I like this. This looks good. I think that the sculpt is really nice. I think that the translucent effect is really cool. Let's get him. I want to show you guys like over here in like more light. The translucence. There you go. There's like a lot on the translucence there. You can see that a little bit better. There's the effect with the translucence. So if you have this set up in the right lighting, it does look really cool. Look at the face in the translucent. That's nice. Liking that a lot. So yeah, good part of the 2-pack. I mean, everybody's grabbing this 2-pack for the Daredevil, but this Hydro Man is definitely no slouch for sure. All right, so now we'll move on to the other part of this 2-pack, and it is the Daredevil. All right, so here is your animated series Daredevil. So he's clearly got a lot of cell shading going on here, a lot of shadowing effects going on. It's cool. It's unique. That's what it is. I mean, we do need a basic Daredevil for people. So if people just want like a red Daredevil, we've had them in the past, but we need another single release because they released them in a single release years ago, and then they released them in a 3-pack recently. So it would be nice if they would just give us maybe just like a retro carded one that is a regular Daredevil again. But this is a nice little stand-in for people if you want to go that animated series route and you like your cell shading. Here's the alternate head. So they basically just have 2 different sorry. There we go. Facial expressions going on here. So one's got the closed mouth and one's got the grinning, snarling mouth, I guess. There's your two face sculpts. Other than that, they pretty much have the same effects going on. There's a little bit different patterning going on, but cool stuff overall. He comes with 6 hands, which is nice for Daredevil. So obviously you have your 2 open hands here that we can use for our different accessories here. He's got 2 fully open hands. So those are grabby hands. These are fully open hands. And then he's got the 2 fisted hands, which is nice. I do want to get some accessories in his hands after we do articulation, though, so I'm going to hold off on that. Let's do. I'll show you the other accessories. So here's the whip. So it has a nice like ridging effect to it going on here, if you can see that at all, which is cool. You can really feel the texture when you have it in hand. And then this will basically be when he has his 2 sticks. You'll be able to peg that into those. Here are those sticks. Where's the other one? There it is. So this is kind of just giving you options here. So normally you would be able to peg these into each other and have like one solid piece. They kind of got rid of that part. So you can either have him hold them individually or you have a nice action here that pegs in very nicely. I just heard a nice satisfying snap on that. You can hear that satisfying snap probably. And then we got one big piece here. So there you go. All right, so that was accessories. I will show you him showing off those accessories in a second. Back to the actual Daredevil figure. Just going over some stuff here. He has this belt here. This we can slide down. It must have just slid up in the packaging. I feel like we're going to want it lower on his waist down here, right? And that won't get into the in the way of the articulation at all. Here's the back of the figure. He does have a holster for his sticks here. Yeah, and then there's some detailing. He does have toe articulation, so we'll get into that in just a second. And he is pinless. So unlike the Hydro Man that he's packed in with, he is pinless. So let's get him over here into a little more light, and we'll go through some of this articulation, because this should be some really good articulation on this Daredevil. I'm assuming that it's matching the one from the 3-pack, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So here's your look up. You can get a little bit of gappage on that, but you have a really nice look up there. Here's your look down. Very good looking down. Obviously, we got our left and right and our all around and all that. Here's your shoulder. Going pretty high up on that shoulder. I like that. It's only being stopped by its own joint, so nothing else getting in the way of that. There's your bicep swivel. Here's your double jointed pinless elbow. He can reach behind his head, which is always a good sign. We love that. Wrist. Over here, you can check the time, all that stuff. For the upper torso, he has a nice rotation here. He can go up and down with that. He can go all around. So you're going to be able to get him to some nice dynamic poses there. Then he does have a bend at the waist. And look how far back he can lean back. That's really nice. You put all this together, you can really get a nice pose out of him there. Here's the lean forward. Now for the legs, we do have drop down hips, which we don't normally get in Marvel Legends. That's usually more of a G.I. Joe thing. And then he can do really nice splits with those. Well, let's get to it. There's your splits. That's pretty much a full split. Pop that hip back into place. Always pop the hip back into place when you're done with that. Here's your upper thigh. Here's your pinless knees. We can pretty much kick himself in the back if he wants to. And then we have a shin cut, which is great. And then we have our ankles, ankle rotation. And then he has toe articulation, which is always fun. That's an extra thing that's always fun to play with. All right, so let's see. How can we do this? Can we get him in a real good looking pose. First of all, I want to get him like a running one. Or how about like a wide stance? Yeah, I feel like he was always like a nice wide stance character, right? Let's get him like this. Like that. See if we can just get him standing like that for a second. Balance on that toe. He wants it. He's almost there. Just needs to find the balance. Okay, he will fall, but here's a decent wide stance, and we're using that toe articulation, which is nice. So you can imagine how crazy you can get with that when you have like extra time to mess with him. All right, I want to get his nunchuck going here. So, yeah, so he was ready to fall over. So let's get the stick in his hand, nunchuck flipping this way. That wide stance. I mean, look at that. Is that a Daredevil worth having on your shelf or not? Like, that's crazy. The effect looks really good. The articulation is allowing us to get a nice wide stance on him. Good stuff. I definitely like that. And you can imagine that you get him in some flying poses. If we had a flight stand, maybe I'll break out a flight stand and do some extra articulating with him, since this is an unclaimed figure at the moment. So yeah, I mean, like I said, if anybody wants this figure, he is available. We got 4 different hand sculpts. We got an alternate head sculpt. All that stuff going on. Oh, there he is. Very nice. Very cool Daredevil. So well worth the price of admission on that for the articulation. So this 2-pack overall, very good 2-pack with him and Hydro Man. And here's the 2 of them next to each other right there. So you can see them. Those are the 2 guys packed together. All right, good stuff. Let me bag up some of these accessories so we don't get lost. Here's 3 of Grogu's accessories, 2 of Hydro Man's, 1 of Hu Yang's. I'll keep all that together. And then I'm going to put all the Daredevil stuff together. The head and the extra hands. All right, we've already looked at some awesome figures tonight, and we haven't even gotten to our G.I. Joe classifieds yet. So up next, we're going to do some G.I. Joe classifieds, which is always a treat. We'll see if either Django or Daredevil can be knocked off of the top spots for figure of the night. So the first one that we're going to do is Airborne from G.I. Joe Classified. This is a general release figure. I do not have any more in stock at the moment, but if anybody needs any, I can track them down. Or if you're trying to order it off of like Amazon or something like that, shoot me a DM. I'll send you an affiliate link, and you can support the stream that way. All right. So here is Airborne. Let's get all the accessories out here, and we'll take a look. He does have a lot of accessories. All right. So first off, here is Airborne. Cool looking, decent face sculpt. Decent looking face sculpt there. Pretty unique compared to the other characters. It seems like he has his own personality going on here. Interesting hair. His hair is very flat. Very flat hair. He's got cool coloring going on here. So we got a nice light blue here, and then we got a green here. His whole base body is a very light green. It's almost like an eggshell green or whatever. I don't know if that's a real color, but it sounds right. Got extra browns in here and all that stuff. He's got a grenade up here. He's got a knife holster, extra pockets going on. Obviously, this is like his parachute belt and all that stuff. Cool looking knee pads, really great looking boots. Love the laces and everything. Extra patterning on the boots. There's the bottom of the boots. Here's the back of the figure. Extra pockets everywhere. Cool stuff going on here. Nice elbow pads. That's a nice touch because he's going to fall a lot. He's basically a paratrooper, right? So onto accessories. Here's his backpack. Has his shovel. We've seen this before. This might be the same backpack that Duke had in the retro version, and it's just a nice reimagining of the old backpack from back in the day. He's got his canteens, he's got his pockets, he's got his shovel, he's got all that stuff going for him. Here's his helmet. We'll put his helmet on him for now, just so we can see the helmet on him. You just need to get it wind up correctly. There you go. The strap is not really the type of strap that you're going to close on him. You can put his little night vision thing on here. Right? Or are they goggles? Hold on, let's get it on here. Oh, I guess it just pegs like that. Okay, yeah, it just pegs up top here. So you wouldn't really... I mean, I guess, could you flip it this way and put it on him? Yeah, so I guess you could do either way. That way it's like he's using it, he's not using it type deal. Those are your options for that. He has goggles. He's got different type of goggles, really more like sunglass type setup. He's got this little handgun here. He's got a knife. He's got an SMG. So cool stuff overall. Not a ton of weapons, but he's really just more of a full one from the Sky type of guy. So we'll holster his knife here for now. He can put his handgun in this holster down here. Come on, get in there. There you go. And it can push all the way through, so it looks good when it's in there. Backpack. Let's see. There's always that little bit of separation in the vest that you got to navigate. No, that popped right in. That was good. Easy backpack. All right. Now I would like to see... First, we'll do articulation quick. It's not going to be anything crazy new. Look up, look down, left and right. Shoulders. There you go on the shoulders. Double jointed elbows. There you go. Double jointed elbows, just like that. He has upper bicep. He's got the wrist here. Obviously his upper body is going to be hindered by this big vest he's got going on. That's fine. You can still get to it a little bit. He's got the waist here. The waist is hindered a little bit by his belt. There's the splits. He obviously has the drop down hips that we're used to. Got the knees going here. Double jointed knees, if I can get to it. Oh, get in there. There we go. Double jointed knees. Really nice. Gotta love the double jointed knees on the G.I. Joe Classifieds for sure. There is a little bit of paint rub you can see right away from that first articulation point on that knee. So you might need to get like a little, if you care about it, maybe a little nail polish remover to remove that if you have paint rub there. No shin cut. He's got an upper thigh. And then here's the ankle pivot, regular forward back. All right, let's get some accessories on him. I am interested to see how these goggles go. So I think the thing here is that you can go with the goggles over the helmet if you want. I want to see how this looks, though. Oh, okay. So I think that these aren't really... Interesting. Well, you can definitely get the goggles over his head for these goggles. I think the other version of the goggles is supposed to go over the helmet. So there's like his regular goggles that'll go on his head, actually. And then we can put his helmet on. And then I guess we have the option of either putting goggles over the helmet if we want, and covering that part, covering that peg. Kind of weird. I mean, I guess we could go with double goggles. That looks like he's blindfolded, though, which is kind of weird. So I guess you could put it around his neck if you wanted it, or you could put it on top of the there. I think I'd rather have this ready to go, or maybe like slid back. Oh, he's doing his airdrop thing. I guess we'll go with him like that. Definitely got to keep the... There's a lot going on here with the goggles and the helmet and all the other stuff. So you just got to kind of like take the extra time, get everything how you want it so that it looks decent. I think that that is pretty good right there. Get this piece back on here. Back on there like that. I like the idea of him having it up if he's like dropping from the sky or whatever. Interesting, he has an extra... I guess this clip comes off? The clip comes off on the gun, so you can holster that next to the pistol here. You do have that option if you want it. And then you can just give him his gun. So I like the idea of having him like falling. Like a falling pose. He's like coming down. Like that. Dropping in type deal. So you would need to get him on like a flight stand or something like that. But that's cool. He looked cool. I like him with the goggles. That's really a good look for sure. Backpack on. Backpack pegs right in, which I like. I feel like we're improving in that area on these. It looks like he just dropped in and he's ready to fuck shit up. The only thing that's throwing me off is the like goggle situation here. I guess it's just supposed to be different ways for him to either have goggles or have his goggles hidden or protected or whatever the hell. It's like a glasses case for his goggles, maybe. So there he is. There's Airborne. Cool looking figure. Good concept. Well executed. Good stuff there. All right. Now we can move on to our last figure of the night, which is also a G.I. Joe classified figure. And it is not just a figure. It's a whole ass thing. So it is going to be, which is good because we have not had the chance to review a Techno Viper yet. So it is the Techno Viper with the heat missile system. We got like extra room for this giant box. going on here. I also love the aesthetic of the. So this is meant to go with the Hiss tank, as you can tell. It has the Cobra Hiss branding on it, and then they also always that whole thing they did really cool blueprint detailing on this. So it's got the whole blueprint going on there. So definitely a really cool box here. So let's take a look at the HMS. Bear with me on this one because I have not watched any reviews or anything, so we got to figure out how everything works with it. So we'll take a look at the Techno Viper, and we'll take a look at the HMS, and we will have a good time. So we do get the crate in this one. Just clear a little space for this. We're going to need some space for sure. So we do get the crate with this one, which is nice. And here's the inside of that packaging. So you have the Techno Viper on the right side, and then all the other pieces there. And then you also have the crate that I just mentioned. All right, so let's get everything out of here. Let's see. I am going to grab a scissor because that'll make everybody's life easier. I'll be right back. So definitely have a scissor handy for this one because there's a lot going on here. All right, just cut everything. These missiles are huge, by the way. We'll get to them in a second. All right, let's take a quick look at the Techno Viper, and then we'll move on to the HMS before we completely run out of space. So here's the Techno Viper. Look how dope that looks in red. That looks so good. Really cool. It's got the like goldish yellowy eyes. Just love the sculpt on that. Always like the look of the Techno Viper. The red really pops on this. Really cool stuff. The hose going around his body here and up his shoulder here, which is really cool detailing. It's got the extra little wrist pad here on both arms. That has a some type of globe, some type of GPS type deal going on there. This one says Cobra on it. So cool stuff. The legs, pretty basic legs, nothing too crazy. This strap for his holster is really nice. Like the detail that they have on this is really cool. Yeah, the shoulder pads look dope as hell. Very much match the helmet. Really cool stuff. The legs are just a little basic. Nothing too crazy here. The upper part of the boots is pretty cool. Has a nice little design to it. That's cool. It's got the pockets etched in, all that stuff. So yeah, just really, really dope. Quick articulation on this. Up, down. The shoulders, you can pop the shoulder pad up It's not. See, this is what we were kind of talking about with the while we're covering this right now. See how these are both handling shoulders. The Django Fett, now it's a smaller piece, so you have to worry about it less. But the Django Fett was like very much one piece across his whole neck, and it doesn't pop up as much because it's not as big of a piece. This one, see how you can kind of see the underarm here a little bit more. It just kind of separates from the body a little bit more. So that's like the main thing that I would like to compare that to. But 6 inch versus 3 3/4 inch, you're going to run into different issues. It doesn't look terrible. It looks decent. But you're going to notice that it is like a separate piece there. It's actually just on his shoulder there. Anyway, so elbows. There we go. Double jointed elbows. Very nice double jointed elbows. This gauntlet that's like has like digital pad on it and stuff can rotate. I guess that's to not hinder his wrist articulation because we can still rotate that separately. So you can kind of get that lined up a little bit cooler if you want to get it like that. You don't have to move the whole arm as much. You can kind of just get it lined up the way that you want it. If you want to have him looking at it, you can get that going really good. Padawan Ahsoka is 35. If you want me to run her at that price, let me know. I can get to her after I finish this one. Our waist. There's a nice satisfying snap there in that upper waist. And then he has... So it's really more the chest articulation that we're talking about here. And then his waist is going right there. And he has like a lot of rotation going on there. So you can really get some cool stuff there. I assume that will help us when we're putting him in the HMS itself. Drop down hips, of course, really good drop down hips on this one for sure. Here's the knees. He can kick his own ass, which is great. We got the upper thigh, shin cut, and feet. Very good. We don't have a ton of Transformer stuff. If you're looking for anything specific, feel free to shoot me a DM. But we only have maybe 3 items total. Yeah. All right. So that was him. Let's check out his accessories. There's a lot going on in the accessories in here. Get my music going too. All right, let's check this out. What is this piece? So that is going to be the base pieces for the HMS. We'll put those to the side. Here's some Techno Viper accessories. Okay, here's his backpack. Here's his gun. A lot going on here. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So this will be really nice. All right. So as we come to expect with the Techno Vipers, we have his backpack, which has its 2 gas cans in it, which is really cool. It also has his wrenches because he is a Techno Viper, so he's here to fix things. Got his wrenches there. Trying to see if there's a place to peg these in anywhere. Oh yeah, we could just slide them here, right? There you go. So you can slide them there. So I have 1, 2. There should be a third. Oh, he has okay, I see what it is. They gave him kind of like a hatchet or like a hammer as well. Very much harkening back to the OG figure. So you can peg all those in right on his backpack. Wrench, thank you. Well, these 2 are wrenches. These are like wrenches, and then this one's like a hammer. He's got his little handgun here. Nothing crazy. He does have a holster for it. So we can put that on his holster. Here we go. That pops right into his holster. A lot going on here. He has this little digital readout, which I am assuming I can peg in here. Yes, I can. That's really cool. All right, so now I can get this little thing pegged in here, and it really is look like he's looking at like a HUD there. So it's got like a projected HUD accessory, which is really dope. All right, now his gun or whatever, his like, it's like I guess it's like a plasma gun or something. It's probably more of like a torch to like fix things because it does have a hose. Yeah, so that you can pop the hose into the bottom here. And then that can go into the backpack, which is nice. So just like the OG figure, we can set all that up. Now, I can probably do another review of the purple one. We'll do more of a comparison to the old version of this figure. We just had a lot of stuff to cover tonight. But let me get this stuff going here. Get him all decked out. See, now you see he's got his HUD. He's got his gun that's attached to the gas tanks in the back. You can put it on either gas tank. Really cool stuff. So he's got a lot going on here. This is a very well executed figure. This really is a good version of that OG figure that we all loved back in the day, the purple version. So there that is. Now I guess we can transition into the HMS. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything else here. The HMS is a couple different pieces I gotta get out of here. So let's see how we can build this thing. Okay. So let's start like this. Build this on the fly here. Back him up a little bit. Deal with him later. So HMS, we got spots for wheels here. Pop that right on. The tires are like real tires, guys. So the tires pop right on. They have a bendy quality to it. There's a very soft rubber. It really is like a solid wheel here. All right. Now we have our bracket for the rockets. Which way is our front? That's what I want to know. Well, I guess it can spin, right? So the bracket from the rockets. Once again, we got that. I just pop this right on here, right? There we go. Nice, satisfying click, and it's right in place. The legs. It has little base legs on the bottom here that you can put down. And then we need to attach the back legs. How, though? Let's see. Okay, I see what's going on here. So, which I want to see if I can wind these up correctly. Probably like this. Like that. Yeah, okay. So, or does it have a right and left on it? Whatever. So, you have this here, and then we're going to peg that on top of it. There we go. So you just kind of jimmy it in there. Just be careful not to snap anything. We can do that on the other side as well. Let me just get you guys over here. I don't want you guys to mess that up. I'm kind of just trying to work with the groove there, and then it pops right in, just like that. Okay. So now that'll give the HMS a nice base to it since we have all the legs down. Yeah, there we go. So see, now it has a nice base to it. And we can start popping our missiles on. So the missiles, just like back in the day, have the nice pattern there. I guess I would do the lower missiles first. It'll be easier to pop them on. These missiles are freaking huge, by the way. Let's take a minute. Let me just show you these missiles next to the Techno Viper. Missile is freaking huge. I have a sealed Jabba that is for sale. Asking 100, but if you want to make me an offer on that, that is cool as well. But I have a sealed version of that Jabba. The version that is sealed comes with Salacious Crumb. It comes with his pipe. It comes with his little backdrop thing. So it's actually a better version than the one that's on the table. Updated deco, all that stuff. So it's the most recent version that you'd be grabbing. Oh, interesting. So I'm kind of doing this backwards. Yep, of course. If you decide you want it, let me know. Feel free to shoot me a DM, make me an offer in general, all that stuff. All right. So I just want to show you guys. Just make sure, obviously you can tell when you're looking at it, one of these holes is bigger than the other. So you just want to make sure that you're lining that up correctly when you put that on. I'll get the last one and I'll show you guys the whole HMS here. There we go. So there's the HMS fully built. Really cool. Love that. So now this can spin and it can bend back and forward. So you can kind of angle your rockets the way you would want them, like you're actually shooting them off. You can go in a certain direction if you want. Yeah. And then the way that we have it right now, since we're not attached to a HISS tank, you can put the legs down, right? Or it does have, oh, there's actually, hold on, there's more panels and stuff here. So it has the trailer hitch, which I guess I'm putting on the back here. Yeah, so it has a way to do this. Hold on, let me get this on here. So there's another peg here that you can pop this on. The like trailer hitch peg. If you see back here, there's more pegs there. I know it's hard with the lighting, but you can pop that on and now you have your trailer hitch. Now this also will articulate so you can kind of like get it out of the way if you want. And you don't want that. But there's the trailer hitch. And then I guess you can put this panel here to make that look better. Or there might be, maybe there's another spot for this. Oh, it's the panel on the side. So now there's also this panel on the side here. Let me switch the angle on this for you guys. Panel on the side here. And there we have a door for this also. So we're just going to pop this door right on here. So then you can take that off. But if you have your Techno Viper, you can have him like kind of specking something over here. You know, you pop the panel off. You can like be doing maintenance and whatever on this, all that type of cool stuff. So this all really does a good job of working together. They just do such a great job with G.I. Joe classifieds of like bringing this world to life in 6-inch scale. So there you go. So there he is with the HMS. Really cool. like I said, you can pop the legs up. These wheels are really nice. They have a push into them. They're a soft plastic. They are like a real like rubber going on here, so that when it's ready to roll around, it'll roll around nice for you. You can hit different terrains with it when you connect it to your HISS tank. If I had a HISS tank, I would show you guys. You have your trailer hitch, so you can connect it to a HISS tank. You can articulate this up and down to kind of get it out of the way if you want to, and you got your different missiles, and you can articulate that as well. So there you go. There is the Techno Viper with the HMS. All right, a lot going on here tonight. All right, so we have to rank some of these things now. So let's get our figures out here and try to get everybody lined up correctly, so we can try to take a nice picture of everybody together. Get our extra nonsense out of here. We might have to take Java out of the background on this one. Let's see. Let me just get everybody going here. All right, HMS can go back there. Techno Viper can go right next to the HMS. Airborne can go next to him. Django can go here. Like that. Maybe not. Maybe like that. Then we got Hydro Man. Hu Yang can chill here. And we got Daredevil. Oop. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff for sure. If you see anything you're interested in, let me know, or feel free to make me an offer on anything. Prices are pretty much, haggleable and all that stuff. If you're interested in more than one thing, we always do better deals on multiples, all that. All right, so let's get through some rankings now. So this is everybody that we reviewed tonight. I know this is a big pile of figures here. 6 different figures. So this is the time that we rank the figures tonight. All right. As far as the rankings, I'll stay like handheld for this. I think in last, I'm gonna put Hu Yang. I just don't think that he was executed perfectly. There's just not. It's a droid. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. You don't need it to be amazing, and it doesn't end up being amazing. Good figure to have if you're a big fan of Ahsoka show or Clone Wars, but it just didn't. There's too good of figures tonight for it to be ranked any higher than last right now. Second to last, I'm gonna say Grogu. Grogu is cool that he comes with his little chainmail, his Beskar chainmail, but it would be nice if you can put that chainmail on him somehow, or if the figure itself that you could see it like creeping underneath his shirt or something like that. Also, he only has head articulation. The tram is the best tram we've gotten, so that's cool. But just kind of is what it is. It's Grogu. You can't do a crazy amount with them, and they didn't really go to try to break the bank on him or anything. So decent. Third to last, I'm gonna go with Airborne. He's cool. I'm a little confused about his goggle situation, but having him like this is really dope. You need a flight stand to make him really pop and do the poses that you want him to be doing, because he's going to be dropping in. He's airborne. He's literally dropping in from the sky. So cool figure. We've seen G.I. Joe classified figures like this before, so nothing too crazy here, but still a very cool figure. And then for these guys, I'm going to go with the Hydro Man. Hydro Man will be the, fourth to last, I guess? Fourth to last. The translucent effect is really, really cool. Little disappointing that you can see the innards of the figure as far as the inside mold. I feel like if they could have done something better to hide that, it would have been nicer. But he is a well executed figure. He looks cool. The translucent effect is really dope. I also could use. I like the fact that we got our leg effect. I could use maybe some arm effects to make it look like him shooting water at somebody. So that's what I would want out of that. But overall, cool, well executed figure, a better version than we've gotten in the past. We needed a translucent version of this figure for sure. All right. All right. I'm going to go with Daredevil next, mostly because I'm pretty sure that this is the same Daredevil that we got out of the 3-pack. It's my first interaction with it, so I love the articulation. I like the fact that we have toe articulation. His um his stick with the I don't know the exact name of it. Whatever. His like eskrima stick setup is really, really cool. Love this effect. Um yeah, but the articulation is fantastic on this one. I just think that people are going to like the 3-pack version more because you don't want the cell shading. But if you're a fan of the cell shading, if you're doing that Spider-Man animated series shelf with all the cell shaded animated type figures, um, definitely a cool option for you guys. But he's just a really well executed figure articulation wise, and a good Daredevil to have on your shelf. It's just a matter of if you like his aesthetic or not. All right. This is a tough one for my top two. I mean, the Techno Viper is a package deal with the HMS. Do like the Django though. All right, I'll do in second place. I'm gonna do the Techno Viper / HMS. The HMS itself, you need the his tank in order to make it as cool as it could possibly be. But these freaking missiles are huge. There's a reason why this is the second ranked figure tonight. The missiles are huge. The wheels are really nice. You can tell that it's going to be able to roll around really nice. The fact that you can make it stationary, it's nice solid base. It has the trailer hitch, all that stuff. But the thing, honestly, is this Techno Viper is freaking awesome. Now, I know that we have the purple version, and we have yet to review the purple version, so this might not have ranked as high if I had gotten to a purple version already. But you gotta love the way that this red one looks. I love the fact that it's got his hose, all that stuff works. It all like we've had other figures in the past from GI Joe Classifieds where it's like, oh, it has a hose and it needs to be able to do this thing and that thing and connect everything together, and things are just popping out and it just doesn't quite work. I think that they've taken the lessons that they've experienced from older figures and really applied them to this figure. Got a good hose system going with him. This HUD we have here is really, really awesome. The projected HUD is a really great option. The head sculpt on this is fantastic. His gun looks good. He can hold all of his accessories. He just is a really awesome figure. So this is really this is the HMS is not the reason why this is in my top two tonight. The Techno Viper is. So just gonna give huge props to that Techno Viper for sure. Really, really, really like that figure. And then number one tonight is I kind of expected it coming in, but I'm gonna go with this Django Fett. We talked about earlier and we compared them earlier, the shoulders. The fact that he can slide his shoulders up and down and it still looks good. He's still in that pose. He's got his shoulder up. That piece gets out of your way. It doesn't look bad. It looks really good. Number one complaint is going to be this blast effect because we know that it's going to droop over time. It's already drooping a little bit there. So you really got to get him in the right pose to make that work the best. His blasters are just regular blasters. It's nothing crazy. But the fact that we have the swappable head sculpt instead of the helmet going over the head sculpt, that makes the helmet look too big like they did with Sabine. This is the way that I want them to do helmeted figures that have the head swap feature. Just give me an extra head sculpt. It was easy for them this time because they had Tamora Morrison head sculpts laying around that they could use, but just do this every time. Seriously, if you're going to make this a deluxe figure, you got to give us a separate head sculpt. Don't give me this big helmet thing. So Django is number one tonight. Love that figure. Think that was very well executed. So there's all your figures for tonight. A very nice crop of figures. We had a backlog, so we needed to get through a lot of stuff tonight. So I'm happy with it. I think we were able to experience and dissect a lot of cool figures tonight, and it was definitely a good experience for me. Hopefully, everybody else enjoyed it. So, thanks everybody for hanging out for that one. I appreciate you guys. Some of these are still in stock. We definitely still have another Django in stock. I believe I have another 2 pack in stock. I have another Grogu in stock. So if anybody needs any of those after watching watching the video, let me know and I'll hook you guys up. But yeah, so thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Remember, it's Job's Palace across all socials. This is live on YouTube, whatnot, and Twitch right now. It will be archived on YouTube. I'll cut these up into individual videos. Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, all those different places. There's a Facebook group as well. And if anybody is looking for any figures, we have 500 figures available. So feel free to shoot me a DM on any of those platforms. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace out. That was just my YouTube sign off for anybody that's watching. The store is going to still be open for a little bit. It's only 2:30, so it's not crazy late. So I'll hang out for you guys for a little bit. I don't know if anybody had any questions that I couldn't answer. Collectible card corner if you want to ask me any questions. Stacy, who just came in, if you want to ask me any questions. We just finished up reviews, so the store is kind of like open again. So just throw it out there. Let me know, guys. There's plenty of figures available. Otherwise, I'm going to start cleaning up, and we're going to get moving here. Oh, my phone. Oh, crazy batch. All right, guys, I'm just going to be cleaning up in the background. So if anybody has any requests, throw in the chat and let me know. Otherwise, we are going to be done for the week. But we will be back on Wednesday and Thursday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Tonight was a review night. So we reviewed 6 figures. Yeah, so, and then we had a couple sales. There was one online sale and a couple offline sales. So, yeah, this will be archived on YouTube, and so you can check out the figures we reviewed if you want. But I'll clip everything up. I need to catch up on clipping that stuff up though, because I'm like a couple streams behind on that, a couple weeks behind on that. But yeah, a lot of cool shit tonight. We did the new Django too, which is great. Here's the Django. Here's a little taste of the Django. He's got the blast effects in the back. He's got double blasters. He's got the flame effect. He's got really good waist articulation, so you can get like a really good like dropping down motion from him. This is really good. The only thing that I don't like is they keep doing this with the effects where it like bends really quickly. So you got to like find the right angle on it or like keep spinning it. But like this, it looks good. But eventually this will droop down, this effect. But that's a really dope Django right there. That's like the Star Wars highlight of the night. The little mole's cute. I like him. And now, of course, I'm in cleanup mode. Yeah, the little fat guy. He's funny as hell. I saw, who did I see the other day? There was a new one I saw the other day. There's a Queen Amidala, I know that. I have the Jabba, the personal Jabba one. Maybe it was Jar Jar? I think that might have been a Jar Jar. All right. So once again, guys, this is last call for figures. Last call for figures. If anybody wants anything before we sign off, please let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna sign off for the week. Any Boba in disguise, like the black Boba one? You mean the black armor? I do not have that one. I only have this one. I have the throne room one, and then for Cara Dune, what did I have? Where's the thing that I have? Oh, here she is. I'm on the fence on this one, so I would have to figure out a price. But I do have this card. But she's definitely pricey. Where's my phone? You need the carded. Okay. Okay. All good. You don't need to lose. Yeah, that's really all I can offer right now. Yeah, all good, man. If you think of anything else, feel free to shoot me a DM or just remind me of your wants via DM, and I'll try to track them down for you. All right, guys, I think we're going to shut it down for the night. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. I appreciate you guys. We will be back next week, Wednesday, Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace out. Can I read anybody?